I've asked Christian 800 times for new music.
We can't use any of the music I will pick out.
What did you say?
I've asked Christian 800 times for new music. Like, Christian, get us new music.
We can't use it.
Get us royalty-free Goose.
I'll have to send a couple emails to their business email.
I feel like
Aren't you
this is
friends with
something
like
that
the
you can
drummer,
do.
or is that Turnstile?
No. Well, I met people in both of the bands.
I think that you can do it.
But Cotter, I will say, when I was at the Philly show, I'm always on Cotter's, the drummer's side. And like,
oh yeah, you told me that.
I'll yell his name and fucking throw my hands up in the air. I've always worn the same Arc'teryx hat that I have on. And he fucking looked at me the last time at the Philly show and like smiled and like gave me a little head nod and got off stage. I was like, I know you know me, brother.
God, this is too much.
And
I don't understand why we can't get royalty-free music. I'm just saying.
It's not a question for me.
It is a question for you.
Probably
you
a
are the
question
music,
for,
as we would call it, an audiophile.
I would imagine that the labels have ownership over it.
No. You are the person to get us royalty-free music. I'm confident that you can do this. I'm so confident that I think that you can do it in a week.
Goose the Band business email.
Goose
so
the
by
band.
next Monday, we need to have a new.
Oh, I think I
Royalty-free.
found their management one.
There you
Oh, here
go.
we go.
Booking.
Booking.
Wait,
Legal
so we're really
privacy.
gonna have
That's for California residents.
We're gonna have a Goose.
A Goose intro song.
Intro?
Yeah.
There's a couple good ones.
Oh my goodness.
Couple
All
good
right. What did you guys do while I was gone last week? There's a good question.
Like work related?
Why does it always have to be quantified? Why can't I just ask a simple question?
Sorry. Well, because you're boss, but also fuck boss. We can. Just kidding.
Yoicks.
We had a fun week while you were gone.
Yeah. I never know if you're in
I'm
boss
just
mode or like
I'm always in
cool
boss
friend
mode.
mode.
I can
And that's
attest to
my
that.
wife.
I never know what mood he's
that
in
is
or what
my
vibe
wife.
I'm
That
gonna
is
get
my
from him.
intention.
I'm with you on that.
Last week, you weren't really gone like the whole week though. You
I
were
was gone
like Thursday, Friday.
4 days. Well,
you were gone
the
the
joke
weekend.
about it all.
You were gone the
The joke
weekend,
about it
right?
all is that
No,
I
no,
was
you-
gone Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
He got back Wednesday.
I got back Wednesday night.
Dude, I don't know. My
See,
my
this
days
is my
are
point.
a blur right now.
This is my point. All right, so I was gone. I was
that
at
feels
EXP
so long
Con.
ago. That doesn't
I
even
agree.
feel like this past week though.
It felt like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
The thing that's crazy about it all is that when I go to these conferences, and one of my friends, Simon, pizza guy, he was like, what is it with realtors and conferences? And I'm like, do you know any other realtors that go to conferences? And he's like, no. And I was like, okay, so then it's just me, right? Like, it's not realtors, it's me, right? But when I go, it's like the opportunity to see what we're doing wrong. And it's like, I think that we're bomb.com. And I know that what we do is A++, right? Like as good as we can get. But then I hear somebody say something and it just like, I don't know. It's like when my coach says something, it's like they twist the knife. Like they stab me every single time I talk to my coach. But when they say something that just resonates, all of a sudden it like hits different. And then it comes back and we have the opportunity to do things that are different and share with people in a different way. And it's like, Dan Beer said today, if you're a level 10 as an independent, you're as good as it can be. And if you take on more, you're going to lose some of that edge. You're going to become like a level 9 or a level 8. But at a level 8, can you service more people? Can you help more people? Can you expose more opportunity? And that's what I genuinely feel like. I think that we are constantly ebbing and flowing, sometimes maybe at like a level 7. So I want to give ourselves some credit. We have opportunity to work, but we're ebbing and flowing between like level 7, level 9, level 7, level 9. And then we go away and it's like, wow, I never realized that actually we were level 6, level 7, level 8, right? Like we can get so much better through making these small shifts and these small changes. And it really becomes palpable for me. So I was gone at EXPCon with the opportunity to learn.
Yeah. I think business just stayed kind of like as usual here.
Yeah, I think that's where we've been for a while.
I feel like the market slowed down a little bit. So have I. And all last week, I was just calling people to try and host open houses.
Interesting. I feel like when the market changes, everyone I want to say blames, but that's not what I mean. But like they loathe it. It's almost like they use that term. Oh, the market slowed down. Regardless of what the numbers say, regardless of what the data says, the market slowed down. Well, yeah, I mean, it's slower in September than it is in July. I get that. But slowdown doesn't really mean that like, oh, there's fewer homes that are selling than last year or than years prior. We're still selling record high homes. Or my favorite, which is the thing that we're seeing a lot now, the people that are comparing today's interest rate, not to last year, not to COVID year, but like
1990.
Yeah, like 1990, 17%. I remember my mom was like, you should be so thankful to buy your house at 4%. And I was like, why? And she's like, because my first house was 17. And I'm like, yeah, that still sucks. That's not a curse, Susu. That's a fact, right? Like 17% still sucks. But, you know, as the market changes, we're over here talking about 6.2, 5.875. Like, I'm going to wait till the market rebounds. Rebounds to what? These are still marketably historically low interest rates. So when people say, oh, the market slowed down, well, yeah, there's fewer homes that are selling, but there's also fewer agents that are selling too.
I was going to say,
I'd say like slow for me last
say like,
week.
Yeah, I was going to say
Let me clarify that.
my job doesn't change, I guess, based off what's going on around me.
Damn. That's powerful.
That is. Look at you go.
Where did you write
Not
that
many
down
of us
on
can
your
say
mirror?
that.
I just, I don't know. I had a deep thought there for a second.
And then it ended it.
That's all I got. I'm clocking out. You guys finished the podcast.
That was your contribution for the day.
But yeah, things like, you know, if the numbers are saying it slows down, I don't come into the office less. I'm not making less phone calls. I'm still doing my job. Because at the end of the day, there's more people, not more people, but there are people that need to transact. That's such a weird picture. No, it was me.
It's okay.
It's always at the ugliest angle too.
Bro, it's okay. We just have to share that little tidbit. That's such a good comment. My job doesn't change based on what's happening around me.
Like, that's a pretty badass comment.
Yeah.
Like, not a lot of people can make that statement, and I'm included. I'll
Sorry,
say
I'm
it.
getting a little crazy right now.
You got him excited.
It's one of those things that,
this
like,
is me. I feel like this right now just from that statement. The little rubber ducky from EXP.
You feel cool.
With the chain, with the hat.
It just,
Hold on.
it doesn't
Oh God, he's pulling out his
hit
chain.
until you hear it. And when you hear it twice, it's like,
That's Dan.
Wow, this is Dan. Everybody say hello to Dan.
Dan the duck.
Well,
Dan the duck.
Christian was just
We're
saying
twins
that he
right
feels
now.
like
Yeah,
him.
gang.
Oh, wow.
Hat and chain.
You're the Jewish version, obviously. This is Dan the Duck. He came from our Fast Forward Movement conference. He doesn't squeak, which is a sad day for me. But
We need to get him a matching Kyle.
Have you put him
we
in the
need a
bathtub
matching
yet?
Kyle. I have not, because that would be weird. But
Why would it be weird? It's a
I didn't
rubber
say
ducky.
Dan Beer was in the bathtub with you.
I took a bath with Dan.
no, but we do need to get a matching one for Kyle. Maybe like like an angry elf or something. But we have to get one because I truly feel that we're incredibly thankful, or I'm thankful. We are blessed and lucky. And I mean this genuinely. I'm not trying to like throw anybody out there. I don't think we realized what we had access to when we joined this brokerage and joined this company and joined these people, because to be honest with you, they're so giving and they're so willing to support our business. When Kyle announced that Dan was presenting on his listing presentation, which was, you know, okay, cool. Dan's a little awkward. He's a little bit, you know, unique of a human being, but I guess I'll sit through it. And then I remember seeing Dan, like, he's up on stage and he's in this shirt that's like way too tight for him. And he's adjusting this like shirt kind of like this, just like that awkward, you know, twitch. And he says something like, guys, put down your phones and take this away and don't do this and don't do that. But I want to give you something. And I'm like, all right, cool, Dan. Very pompous, very arrogant. It doesn't really sound like you're going to do something that's that meaningful. But he literally locked in. It was like his way of just getting out of his own head, locking in and just presenting in a way that was palpable, and like it released so much tension in the room. You could tell that he was an absolute monster at selling listings and listing homes and expressing his value. And that's really what I think the difference is between what we do and what Dan does. I genuinely think we do the same exact thing. I genuinely think that our presentation, our listing is the exact same thing, but he is just a monster at accentuating that value and sharing with people what he's going to do and why it's going to matter for you as a seller and why it's going to matter for us as agents. And it was awesome. So Dan is here on our podcast.
Ooh.
Woo.
Hey,
Yeah,
Dan.
I wish I could hear that listing presentation, but
Yep.
you said you
No recording,
Yeah.
no photos, no nothing.
Damn it.
It was very,
Wish you like FaceTimed me or something.
I honestly can't believe that he wouldn't allow us to video it. But when I saw it,
I was gonna say
I totally get it.
There's definitely somebody in there that had Ray-Ban meta glasses on, and
let us know.
I mean,
Reach out.
even if they
Imagine.
did, though, to be honest with you, I wouldn't want to take that liberty.
Yeah.
Even if somebody did break the rules and whatever, there's something about just like honoring the skill and the offering that they give us.
yeah.
Well, it's because they worked so hard for it.
Right.
Like, honor that, you know?
I get it.
I
get
do
it.
too.
It's like locks are meant for honest people. I genuinely believe that.
Locks are meant for honest people. I've never heard that one.
Wait,
Yeah.
can you elaborate?
You know how people always say like, oh, I always leave my front door unlocked. I live so far out here that no one would even come. Yeah, the same person that's going to come break into your house in the city is going to come break into their house in the county.
Right.
Right? Like, it's not a different person, but it's just like, oh, they feel so comfortable that everyone around them is just honest and acting in good faith. Because by the time you come up to the front door and there's a lock on the door, you're not going to be like, got me, go to the next house. No, you're just going to break down the door.
Yeah.
Right? Like, locks are meant for honest people.
I see.
The delivery driver that jiggles the handle, they're not honest.
They've done that to me.
But that's what I
That's
mean.
wild.
Like,
While I'm
they're
sitting
not
on the couch.
honest. If they're walking up to the door and they're going jiggle, 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 and if it's open, I'll go in. No, they're not honest. The delivery driver that goes, hey, and takes a photo of you, they're not honest. They're being malicious. That's their intent from the beginning. So locks are meant for honest people. You can have the most secure, safe XYZ, but if you don't have honest people around you, they're going to find a way to take advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Interesting.
Meow, meow.
Well, that's another quote to add to my collection.
There you go. Yeah.
kind of speechless after that. Like,
Yeah.
I liked
Yeah.
that. I feel like that really set with me because lately I've been trying to be very much more genuine and intentional with my things, just life in general. So I like that.
Yeah, I think one of the things that I took away from being at EXPCon and around so many people that were willing to share, and this is a new organization. I was sick last year and wasn't able to go, but I've been going to the same conferences for year over year over year. I know a lot of the same people. Going to a new conference and meeting new people and having the opportunity to really open up and learn from others that were not in my direct sphere. It was just sort of showing why we're in the right group, the right organization, because they're willing to share in the same way that I am. And you hear so many of these like little lines, these one-liners that I have written down upstairs in my book that I don't have in front of me. But these like one-liners that someone says, you're like, oh, I got to write that down.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to write that down. It was good.
And now I don't want, God, that's such a hot take right now. And so we compare, we'll call it, say, Tom Ferry's event to.
I don't think Tom Ferry's event can compare.
No,
I don't
but
think
like
I think there's such
in
different,
my
like from what
statement,
you were explaining earlier, and Tom Ferry from what I experienced, I think they are completely different.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
I would agree. So that's why I'm saying I don't want to compare. Right. But like you writing things down in EXP and going to these real estate events and only knowing Tom Ferry, and you know how I feel about it sometimes. I feel like it's just like, I don't know how to explain it. You took a book of every like cliche or whatever saying or whatever. He's like, all right. So you want to grab your pen. You're gonna want to write this down. You're gonna write this down. Make sure your buddy gets a pen and writes it down. And I'm just like, then he says, and I want to say, Tom Ferry does say some very great things, and he's awesome. But then he'll say some like something that I'm just like,
I see what you're saying.
The problem is
he wants you to write down his concept, not the actual word that he's saying.
The problem is that Tom speaks to a broader audience of training and resourcing people to grow their business. And the reason that I love Tom is because he is a motivating force. He is a force of intention, and he as an individual pursues the highest authority.
yeah.
These people in Fast Forward, they're in the trenches, they're doing the business, and they're giving us like the cutting edge of what's working for them. And it's different. Once you've been around Tom for a while, it's all a little stupid. Once you go through something traumatic and you need to get back in the right brain sense, I remember the Tom Ferry event in Baltimore after COVID. It was one of the first events that I had attended in person. And I remember it was like no more than 3 people to a table and this, that, and the other. And I was like, all right, fine. No more than 3 people to a table. This is awesome. Well, there were only, I don't know, 95 people in the room, and Tom's walking around and he's like 4 feet away from you, you know, social distancing and all. And he's saying things that you just like, yeah, okay, all right, we can do this. It's motivational. It's a difference.
Well, I think to your point, it's like, I don't want to say been through some trauma as the only way to take something from it, but certainly like you need some sort of what I would call is like a fuck you moment. From
apologize.
From whatever that book is called, Atomic Habits. I think
that's
what it's
exactly,
called.
yeah.
Or like, I don't know if it's fuck it or fuck you moment, whatever, but like you need a reason.
That moment was in, I'm sorry.
Apologize.
I'm sorry. Do I need to put $1 in the jar or something?
Probably should get a swear jar.
We're in negative debt right now.
Kyle would be in the swear jar today. The thing about Tom is that Tom is motivating a mass market of people, and their businesses are totally different, right? The mass market of people need to hear the good juju to keep the wheels turning. But the thing that I love about Tom is that he brings, this is going to sound real, but he brings you closer to the clouds. Like he takes you front and center with people.
He literally did that one time.
Well,
with the vision training thing.
I meant more like he brings people in front of you that you don't have any business talking to. So the people that I've connected with, the Glendas, oh my gosh, I can't even think of his name, but even like Josh Rubin in New York, like these people that are just so much farther in their businesses than ours. I totally get it. But he also is bringing us closer to people like Tim Grover, closer to people like Josh Altman, closer to people that we don't have any business talking to, and they're giving because Tom is paying them, but paying them to be a part of our organization. Fast Forward is more like, you know, fast moves on the ground, understanding how to run your business, and it's just different. It's not right or wrong.
It is very, very different, and I'm not here to, you know, bash one or the other. I just, different strokes for different folks, right time, right place. To your point, like needing to get something out of Tom Ferry, I feel like if you're in that position, that's why you go to Tom Ferry to, like, you can really pull something out of it. You can really get that reset. Can't really speak on EXPCon or Fast Forward Movement other than the Zoom calls, the masterminds that we're on every week.
I will say.
But those are more technical, like, again.
I will say the first speaker at Fast Forward is someone who I met at my first Fast Forward event. Josh Burnett crushed the opening speech, and you know the first speaker is kind of
pretty active
the tone.
in the Facebook group, right?
Super active,
yeah,
almost to a pain point. Like, bro, chill. But he talked about his experience, and he shared some really heartfelt, meaningful things, and it was amazing to hear behind the curtain of who this guy is. Like he's one of my good friends in Fast Forward at this point, but to hear things that he had never even told his wife. It was very palpable. And one of the things he said was, don't downgrade your dreams to fit your reality. Upgrade your dreams to fit your opportunity.
Say it again.
Don't downgrade your dreams to fit your reality.
I like that.
Upgrade your dreams to fit your opportunity.
Essentially, don't settle.
So what his entire focus was he had been told his whole life, basically, you can't. And so he wouldn't, sorry, wrong emphasis, right? He would, okay, I'm going to do this, but then stop. Because if I go farther, then I'm going to get let down. And whether it was his family or his parents or his job or his, you know, other experiences in his life. And he went through some trauma that he shared with us. But, you know, if you do this next thing, you're going to get let down. Right. He worked an amazing job as a policeman for, I don't even know, probably close to 25 years. And then that world got turned upside down by some political drama, as does many times in today's world. And he was effectively terminated. Right. Yeah. SWAT team, you know, K9 dog, like all the things, and just everything just pull the rug out from under you. And so he was constantly in the state of like, oh yeah, well, I can only do X. I can only do Y. And so my dreams are only to do this because that's where my reality sets in. But what he learned and what he was trying to share was if you upgrade your dreams, that it's creating opportunity. And so he never realized that opportunity was right in front of him. He always saw it as like, this is my reality. And it was just a wild perspective. I think that where our market has shifted, where the clients in our market are shifting, is that they're focused on where we are today. And they say, oh, the market's going to crash, or the interest rates are going to go up, or the whatever the negativity is. It's like, well, wait, what is the goal? What's your focus? What is your dream? And if you upgrade your dreams to fit your opportunity, we might say, hey, your goal is to buy a home. Well, what has stopped you from doing that thus far? What have you seen that hasn't worked out? Have you made any offers on a home? And people start to say, well, I should wait.
Dude, so like,
why?
Being under contract, about to close in the next week or two.
Shameless self-promotion.
Sure. Thank you.
Keep talking. You're going to talk through the applause.
It's very difficult. I can only imagine being on stage and someone applauding and then just trying to talk through it. Challenging. So like being under contract I'm my own agent, for people listening, it gave me a new respect for what some buyers go through. But it also gave me like, I don't know what the term would be, but like, quit being a fucking idiot.
Apologize.
Sorry. But and I have one client right now. She's under contract. Her inspection's today. She texted me during the inspection, like, this place needs a coat of paint. I'm like, all right, let's get some paint buckets from Home Depot and let's paint this damn house.
You just got a little redneck. You hear it?
Home Depot. Okay,
I didn't hear it at
Southern
all.
Maryland came out of them.
But now you have, like, the only thing that was in your way of buying a house is putting in an offer, getting pre-approved. And you could say, Christian, you should have taken your own advice months ago. And I would agree with you. But like now I'm to the point where I'll be moving in a week or two. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to paint the house. Yeah, right. I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. Like, why are we nitpicking over these things when you have all the opportunity in the world to make this actually happen? And what is a few buckets of paint and a weekend of your time for the next 5 years?
Well, the greater question should be, what is the opportunity that you're losing?
Well, that too.
If you don't take this initiative for just a couple buckets of paint and a couple weekends of time.
That too.
Like same exact conversation that I had with a client today, just it went a little differently. I said, hey, how's it been? And he goes, I love this house. I'm so glad I bought this house. Oh, well, how's it going? Oh, well, I had to, paint, and I'm painted the whole upstairs, and then I painted the front room in the living room, but I still have to paint the dining room and the kitchen. I'm like, bro, you lived there for 9 months. What's taking you so long? He's like, I know. It gets behind, and then I have to paint the basement. And oh, by the way, I had to replace the boiler. And I'm like, oh man, that's crazy. He's like, but it's okay. It's okay. Like, I wouldn't trade this for the world.
Yeah.
Right. And it's the opposite of looking at like the opportunity that he has versus the reality that she has. And it's just a matter of saying like, hey, what's the purpose of even buying your first home?
Right. That mentality shift behind like, oh, now I have the opportunity to actually paint my own house.
Yeah.
And like, she's like this person asked me at what point can she move in? I'm like, the day of settlement. Right.
Right.
And now you have this opportunity. You don't have to deal with your landlord bullshit anymore. You don't have you have all these opportunities to make the decision of what you want to do in your house and have all the power in the world to control that.
It just reminded me of another quote from Eric Thomas. We watched this video recently. I've got one shot to make an opportunity become a reality. And it's like, I feel that we as first-time home buyers, especially, but also many move-up buyers, they miss the opportunity and they say, oh, well, I'm just going to wait. Oh, it's not the right time. Oh, and it's like, well, what's the goal? What's the ultimate? And I even think about ourselves, right? I bought my first house. My first house was a
Sorry, it's that time
hole,
on the podcast,
right? Christian's getting that little hot. But I remember walking into my first house, and I remember I brought my mom and I brought my dad. And my mom was like, oh, this is a lot of work, and I don't know that you can do this, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And I remember saying to her arrogantly, like a jerk, I go, Mom, I appreciate you, but I don't care. I just wanted Dad's opinion, right? My mom doesn't have any experience in renovating houses. But, it is what it is. But that opportunity, I walked out with a whole lot more than what I even was gunning for.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that so many buyers aren't looking for opportunity. They're looking for perfection.
Yeah.
They're looking for that reality that, something from, Housewives or whatever the TV show is that you want to watch. And it's like, this is what's crippling your future.
Yeah. There was
right?
something you said at the beginning of that I was going to relate something to, and now I'm blanking on what it was.
Was it you have one shot to create an opportunity to become reality?
It was something from that guy.
It was something after, but it was like very close to what that was. Like,
I don't know.
Just your opportunity, your goal. Like, what is it that you want?
I also found something interesting this weekend in sharing with your client when I was showing them this weekend. And I was talking to her and I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, oh, I don't want carpet. And I'll go, well, why are we here? And she goes like, oh, well, I wanted to see it. Well, why? Well, XYZ. I said, well, what's your budget? She goes, oh, $150,000 or $100,000 more. And I was like, well, I don't understand. If it's not what you want, why are we looking at it? She's like, oh, I feel like I need to look. What are you looking for? So we're standing in this house at 8:00 at night in the dark because there were no lights in this house. There was like a stairway light that was on. And we're talking about like what she's actually looking for and what she's searching for and all this information that she's gotten from 17 different resources. And I said to her, like, I think you're doing it all wrong. And she was, why? I said, well, because aren't you trying to assemble a team that's going to help you make this transition happen? She said, yeah. I said, so then who's the first person on the team? And she starts naming people. I said, but if you go to this company and that company and the next company and the next company and the next company, you can only get one mortgage. So like, what are you doing? I think we lack that opportunity to sit down and say, hey, what is the opportunity? What is the goal that you're searching for? And like, let me put you on a path. But it takes two to tango, right? We as agents can say it, but you as consumers need to believe it.
Yeah. And where I was going to go with this, Courtney has done her like coaching challenge. Mm-hmm. And there was something about like what you had said, like the opportunity, like what is it that you want? And, over the past couple of months, I've had the opportunity to have a coaching call with her, and it's painted a lot of stuff into perspective. And, what this actually looks like in reality, I don't know. But she had even mentioned something about like, the buyers that are in today's world, like how can you help them? How can you coach them through this? If their ultimate goal, even if somebody has a thought about buying a home, like, okay, well, like, why is interest rate stopping you? Why are these things stopping you? You have this goal of purchasing a home. How can we like coach you from, where you're at today to get you to that point, whether it's credit, saving money, getting pre-approved, like all these things. But the way that she had worded it and was going to go about it was very, very interesting. The way that she does her coaching calls, but more on like a scale for people to really like sit through. I can't.
Well, I think the problem is that so many people in our industry, and even when you go to get a haircut, like in every industry across the world, they say, hey, what do you want? And you go, well, I want a haircut. That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
Right? Like someone says, well, can I get you a drink? And you're like, a water. Right? But if someone says to you, hey, you're new here. What brought you in today? Well, to get a haircut, to get a water, to buy something from Home Depot, like whatever it is. And they're like, well, you must be looking for something specific. Share with me. Just share with me. Just stop there. Share with me. And just see what they say. Because so often we as knowledge brokers, servers, bartenders, barber salons, right? These people, we come to them and we say, oh, this is what you want. You want a drink. It's like, well, maybe. What if I wanted an orange juice?
Yeah.
Do you have orange juice? Right? Like, what if we said, hey, I'm so excited to take some time to sit down today. Before we get started, can you share with me a little bit about what's going on? And they're going to tell you, oh, well, you're my realtor, and this is what I tell you. But sometimes they say crazy things like, well, my wife and I are getting divorced, or my husband and I are getting divorced, and I'm looking for a place that I can live with my family. And all of a sudden, it doesn't become anything about a house at all.
Yeah.
But if we lead the charge, we say, what kind of house are you looking for? And they just answer.
Yeah.
So I have been having that mindset when I am prospecting and lead generating, and it has changed significantly.
Your perspective or theirs?
It's both.
Tell us more. Dan is curious.
Kind of what you were saying about how can I help? Not you're here to buy a house. All right, this is what we do. It's how can I help you? How can I advise you to fit them? and what they're going through in their situation. I feel like I never really looked at it that way. I looked at it as more of,
hey, share with me.
Yeah.
And then share with me can be like, what's going on in your world? What's been up since we last chatted? Hey, you had mentioned to me that you're looking for A, B, C, D, E. I know that's a hard concept, right?
I don't like
but like, just share with me and just let people talk. I think we get caught in a position of we're a tool. And I think that consumers perceive us in that way. I want to see this house tonight at 7.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, we could do that, but share with me what's going on.
And
This is the perfect house.
Say
yeah,
please.
like say please would be nice, right? But like, what's going on? What do you see? Why this one?
Yeah.
And if we're going to look at this one, why not the one down the street?
Right.
And, help me understand why today? Like, why today at 7? Are you ready to make an offer on this home? Because I think if we shift our perspective, which is the topic of today's
this
blog
is really
post,
making me think now. Like,
Well,
you think you shouldn't buy your house now? You're like, maybe I should back out and reconsider.
Maybe
No,
But-
not at all. But
like-
like even like now thinking about the client conversation,
well,
you know,
you're
it's
coming
funny
at
because
it.
like you look at even the question, why at 7? I would have thought to ask, hey, why at 7? Like, I want to see this house tonight at 7. Like, why? Like, this isn't even about the house anymore, how you had mentioned. Like, why at fucking 7 o'clock? Excuse my language again.
Jeez.
But, like, why at 7?
Christian knows $20.
Could it be Tuesday at 1? Like, why is that one little detail important? But then it makes me think about all the things that we might miss over as well.
Yeah.
Like all the little things that they might say that I've just missed over.
It clarifies those little things.
Well, go back to the
Yeah.
woman that is in a home inspection today, and she's like, "This house needs a coat of paint." What would happen if we just said to her, "Oh yeah, no, I'm curious. Why do you bring that up?" She might have just been like sharing with you like you're her boy. She might have been like, "Well, I was just thinking about it, and I wanted to let you know you had mentioned that you had a connection." So I need a coat of paint. Like, we just assume that it's a negative thing.
So that's what I've been trying not to do, assuming that I'm helping them buy a house.
Do you know what happens when you assume?
Not good things.
Do you know what it is?
You make an ass out of yourself.
Well, you and me, because that's how you spell assume, in case anybody's wondering.
Haha.
Ha ha.
I'm gonna write that one down.
I don't even know what I was saying.
Wait, get your pens, get your paper, and you're going to grab your buddy. You want to write this one down real quick?
Ass out of you and me. I see
There
it
you
now.
go.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Anyway, but
It didn't register.
literally, when you assume, you're taking what the person on the other end is saying, and you're just giving it context, and yet you don't know the context.
Yeah, I'm asking the questions to understand, not just be like, okay, you're here to buy a house. You know? And that before the latter was the mindset that I had. And clearly that wasn't working for me. So let's try this one.
Well, and how about this one, right? Like, someone calls you and they say, I want to see a house tonight at 7.
Mm-hmm.
And you assume that you guys are in rapport so much that they thought of you first. And then you schedule it. And then you send them a text message. And then they send you a, wait, who's this? Because they were connected to another real estate agent on, whatever the purple color is, or the blue one, or the different colors of the rainbow in real estate world. They connected with somebody the last couple of days, and they didn't even realize that they were calling you, who you perceive that you're their real estate agent and advisor and truster, but they perceive you as just a number.
So that's actually happened to me. I've been like, no, it is like, I am your realtor. This is me. They're like, oh,
I've had a client where we were like 2 weeks under contract. They still didn't have my number saved, and I called them. They're like, who is this? And I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me right now.
Another $20.
Right. Yeah, we're going to start charging you over here.
This is, sorry.
The kicker of it all is like, when you assume the outcome, you create something that might not necessarily be true. And we know that. That's like the definition of assumptions. But when we're in a service-based industry, when we're in an industry where we're communicating with people.
This is so fascinating to think about. Like, now I'm like.
This is the minds, like the podcast that we listened to this morning.
Okay. Tim Grover.
Yes.
Not Gary V.
Not Gary Vee.
In case
Did
we're
you
wondering.
think it was
Tim
Gary
Grover.
Yes.
You were there for this conversation. I wish you came on the 8:45 so you could hear my whole
Oh,
spiel.
I thought we didn't have.
Well, we
this.
were there. We out here.
Because we're dedicated.
Hey. Just because it wasn't verbal doesn't mean you don't owe money to the jar. All right.
But, you know, the perspective, that the key is that we are in an industry where we perceive our value and our consumer needs to understand it. And so what I think we're going to transition our business to, what I'm most excited about coming back from EXPCon, is the recognition that I don't want to sell, but I have to, because I look at sales as a negative thing. I look at walking onto a car lot and hearing that guy give or lady give me that sales pitch. And I'll never forget, I was buying a car. I knew exactly the car that I wanted to buy, but the one that I wanted to buy was far away. So I went to a dealership close by. And John and I sat in the car, and the guy from the dealership tried to tell me like the cubic footage of the trunk, like I cared, right? And he tried to tell me all these other sales pitchy things, and one of them was like, we have the cheapest price in XYZ, and I'm like, really? Because there's one 86 miles up the road that's cheaper. But I digress, right? He's just coming at me with this sales pitch, so I've always gone away from it. I'm always afraid of it. Yeah. But the truth is that if we're not selling, and if we're not educating our consumer on exactly what we do, we're actually doing them a disservice. And so what's going to happen, and you can look at this from me in the future, but certainly the rest of our team, we're going to create a presentation that is on the buyer side and one for the seller side that's going to say, hey, this is exactly what you need to do to buy and or sell a home. And if you want to sell a home and you don't want to do it with me, go do this with somebody else. This is what you need. This is your playbook. We're just here to execute it with you. And if you want to use us, here's how we're going to do it. But this is step by step what you need to understand to get your home sold. And we need to sell that, because by not doing it, we're honestly doing our client and customer a disservice.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. Boom.
Yeah.
Roasted.
Where's the
Okay,
clapping?
bye.
Cue
No.
the clapping.
I'm just thinking.
Oh, cue the clapping.
That was good.
Sorry.
Here you go.
We're also going to bring in a little bit of like
Do the harp.
for Christian. But in the meantime, while Christian's thinking, it's always a good opportunity to bring and share. And like my friend Simon brought up to me, it's something that I believe firmly in, and hopefully we can bring home for so many more realtors as well as our community to provide value for people in the years to come. But if you ever need anything, you guys should know where to reach me on Instagram. It's the best way to connect at Michael.Frank_____. It's been a long time since I've done that. Or you can reach out to me on our website at frankoliverco.com. You could go under additional resources to the blog, and you can read a little bit more about why we actually believe that you should buy a house in today's market. And in the meantime, how can people reach you?
You can find me at Mykala MD on Instagram.
Awesome. Christian, did you remember what you were going to say? I didn't think so.
No. I don't think I forgot what I was going to say. Did I?
Did you?
You seem like you're without.
What were you
No.
gonna say?
I was just thinking about all the stuff we had talked about. It's very interesting, and it has my brain turning.
We like
Do you need to go unpack it?
No, I mean, I'll unpack it for the rest of the day and then into just my business and everything. It was a fun one. Very, very interesting. And, painting a little bit more of a perspective for just stuff that we do in our business. So you can find me on Instagram at Christian the Deadhead, and we'll end it there.
If you ever want to chat a little bit more about it, reach out to Christian on Instagram.
Woo!
What's up, guys? Thanks for watching. For more information on the housing market, Real Estate 101, how you can leverage your position in today's market, and so much more, click on the link below. If you like this video or have a burning real estate question you'd like us to answer, leave us a comment and let us know. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss an episode, and we'll see you again real soon.